This video is sponsored by Wix Filters, manufacturers of filters for automobiles, trucks, off-road equipment, and manufacturing applications. Go to wixfilters.com for more information.
Hi, David here, and this week we're on the road again as Peterbilt invited us out to experience the all-new PACCAR TX18 and TX18 Pro automated transmissions at the Eaton Proving Grounds up in Marshall, Michigan. And they did this by letting me get behind the wheel of one of their heavy-duty trucks carrying a 140,000-pound load to take it for a spin around their test track, which includes a 500-foot hill at an 8% grade and a 300-foot hill at a 15% grade. Yeah, their confidence in this transmission is clearly not lacking. Now, a little background, the TX18 is designed to work exclusively with the PACCAR MX-11 and MX-13 engines available in Peterbilt models 567, 389, and 579. And the thought is that this transmission will just be a workhorse for vocational applications like heavy haul dump trucks and cranes. Peterbilt says the combination of the TX18 transmission and the MX engine provides up to 1,850 pound-feet of torque and is rated up to 140,000 pounds of gross combined vehicle weight rating. So the TX18 is kind of the next step up from the PACCAR TX12 automated manual transmission that you'll also find in the MX-11 and MX-13 engines, which is rated up to 110,000 pounds. So if your trucks are hauling more than that, or maybe you're hauling 100 or 110,000 pounds, but you're in the mountains and you're going up and down steep hills, or maybe regularly sitting in traffic on a 10% grade, well, Peterbilt says the TX18 is going to meet your needs. Peterbilt really wanted me to get a feel for this new transmission, so they had 3 trucks waiting for me. A 389 spec'd with the TX12 carrying 80,000 pounds. The middle one is a sleeper cab with the TX18 carrying 80,000 pounds. And finally, a day cab with the TX18 Pro carrying 140,000 pounds. Each truck had the same MX-13 510 horsepower engine. So we've got the TX18 and TX18 Pro. What's the difference? Well, the base TX18 variant is more suited toward on-highway high performance with some mild vocational applications, while the TX18 Pro is better suited for on- and off-highway high performance with both mild and vocational applications. Getting technical, both variants are rated for 1,850 pound-feet of torque and up to 140,000 pounds GCWR, but the Pro model also features 6 reverse gears, an extreme duty clutch, and is specifically calibrated to be able to handle off-highway performance. So Peterbilt says the really heavy vocational applications, logging or trucks running in an oil field, mining, things like that, the TX18 Pro is probably going to be the direction you end up going. Just keep in mind that it's going to depend on your fleet, and fleets should definitely talk to a dealer about the specifics if they're interested in speccing this component. The TX18 comes standard with 2 PTO openings, one on the back of the transmission and one on the bottom. And combined, Peterbilt says this is going to equal 160 horsepower. This transmission also offers a mobile PTO, so the driver can operate the PTO while driving. This might come in handy for a rock spreader or, paint stripers or a dump truck where you kind of want to spread as you go, so you lift the bed to gradually dump a little bit, anything like that. If we're talking efficiency, Peterbilt says this AMT is really efficient. The company says the TX18 has a 47% reduction in parasitic losses and is 225 pounds lighter than the previous vocational AMT iteration. And although Peterbilt admits it's hard to estimate fuel economy on trucks because there are so many applications, they estimate there's about a 2% improvement over the previous AMT nonetheless. Going back to that parasitic loss improvement for a moment, Peterbilt says that because of the efficiency improvements in the build of the TX18, you don't need a transmission cooler below 110,000 pounds. Now, good news for the drivers here. Peterbilt designed the TX18 with 18 gears, which means very small gear steps, meaning if they happen to be going up a steep hill, there's less of a chance that they're going to get to that point where there's a big gap between the gear they're in and the next gear, and they're struggling to get up that hill, they're struggling to get their speed back up, they have to downshift. That can really just not be much fun. So Peterbilt is hoping that this transmission is going to help with that. And then we get to one of the features which I had a lot of fun with on the Proving Grounds 8% grade hill, urge to move. So what the Peterbilt engineers asked me to do was come to a stop in the middle of that hill as if maybe I was emulating a traffic jam or something. And when I took my foot off the brake, the truck literally had this, urge to move forward. And I'll tell you, even with 140,000 pounds behind me, that urge to move feature didn't struggle at all to continue creeping forward when I was ready for it to do so. And then it calculates the angle and how much load you're carrying and will select the best gear to make sure that you're maintaining your speed as much as possible, even upshifting when it sees that you can go faster. And it was pretty cool. Alright guys, so that was my experience with the PACCAR TX18 and TX18 Pro automated transmissions. Peterbilt says it's available July 2022, and they did clarify that the Eaton UltraShift transmission will continue to be available for some time, but at some unknown point in the future, they will be phasing that out. I'm David Sickles, this is On the Road, and as always, for more trucking equipment content, head over to fleetequipmentmag.com. We'll see you next time.